my name is Esther, and I'm a marriage and family therapist. I specialize in working with kids, teens, and parents. I'm also a yoga teacher and a Reiki practitioner. I am really passionate about sharing mindfulness, and so today we're going to talk about the various tools that will help you build a successful mindfulness practice. We'll be talking about using an anchor, cultivating compassion, and working with difficult feelings. And here we go. Sometimes in my practice, I find that I get lost and carried away by things that are happening around me, or thoughts coming up in my head, or even judgments around mistakes that I'm making. And it's really helpful to have an anchor, something to come back to remind me to come back to this state of noticing and paying attention with non-judgment. And so there are a few anchors that are really helpful. One can be your breath. And you can come back to paying attention to the rhythm of your breath, or the sound, or the sensation of your breath. Another anchor can be a mantra or a saying in your head that you're carrying. Something positive like, just notice, or you can do it, or slow down, it's okay. And another anchor could possibly be an image, something pleasant, or a place that you've been to that reminds you of a securing or a loving time or a loving person. And these are all things that you can call upon when you want them to support you. Another mindfulness tool is compassion. Often we get stuck in a rut when we're practicing mindfulness, and we get to this point where we find ourselves judging ourselves or other people. And this can be really frustrating. One way to handle this is to cultivate compassion. And compassion is something that when we start to apply it towards ourselves, it comes out into the world around us. One way to cultivate compassion is to use a positive self-talk voice. So saying kind things to yourself when you get into that moment of frustration or judgment or anger. And so this might sound like, oh, Esther, I know you're really disappointed with the way this ended up, but you really were trying your best. Or, Esther, I really love you. I forgive you. I know this is hard. Or, I'm really frustrated right now and I really don't like it. I wish I could feel a different way. These are all ways that you can start to be compassionate towards yourself and offer some love. One more that comes to mind is offering yourself a blessing when you're in a tough spot. Like, I hope that I can be content or calm soon. I'm not feeling that way right now and I really wish I was, and may I feel content soon. The last tool I'm going to talk about here is going to be useful when applying mindfulness in relationships. This is one place that people often get stuck. How do we stay mindful when somebody does something that's really frustrating? So an example could be that someone walks into the room and throws their bag on the floor and makes a big mess, and you just straightened up the room. So often we start to feel upset and might react and might get upset at the other person or yell at them. And an alternative way to respond in this situation is with mindfulness and to say something like, oh, I noticed you just dropped your bag on the floor. What's going on? So you're kind of noticing the situation with curiosity. And that's exactly what we're trying to open up to in our own personal practice. So when we can pause and respond in an interaction by telling the other person what we're noticing and asking them to help us respond, we can more properly move through the experience of interacting with this person in our relationship. I hope that these tools are useful to you, and good luck. Now we're going to practice a mindfulness exercise called a body scan. This is really helpful to help you get into a frame of mind of mindfulness. So find a comfortable position, and if you'd like, you can close your eyes. And we're going to start by noticing various parts of the body. And we're just going to notice, letting the awareness float from one place that I call out to the next. Feel free to use an anchor or some sort of reminder in your mind to come back to your breath or to a sound in the room if your mind wanders. The mind wandering is part of the practice, and the way we get better at the mindfulness is by bringing your mind back to the moment, to the intended practice. So we're going to start by noticing the feet. Pay attention to your feet, just noticing any sensation, anything that comes up for you when you bring your attention to your feet. And then allow your awareness to float up your legs to the shins and the lower leg area. Just noticing. And allowing your breath to come in and out. Then allow your awareness to move towards your knees. Just noticing. And then allow your awareness to move up the thighs. And then allow your awareness to move up to the hips, and just let your mind tap in here, noticing whatever arises. And then allow the awareness to continue moving up the body to the belly, perhaps noticing the breath in this space. And then allow the awareness to move up the body to the chest, the upper back. Just letting the awareness flow through these points in the body. And then noticing the shoulders, and just notice anything that comes up there, any texture, any sensation, or anything else that arises. And then bringing the awareness to the neck. And then to the head and the face, just noticing. And then we're going to bring the whole right side of the body into our awareness. The right leg, the right side of the torso, the right arm, the right side of the face. And just notice. And then we're going to bring the left side of the body into our awareness. Just notice. And then we'll bring the whole body into awareness. Taking a deep breath. And just offering a well wish for yourself. May I carry some of this calm into my day. And feel free to take a snapshot of yourself so you can use this state as a bookmark to come back to at various points of the day. Thank you.